Hello, everybody at home. Welcome to another edition of Stories for Bedtime. I hope you're all in your snuggliest pajamas. I am. Let's sing our hello song. I've got a new one for you tonight. It's called Hi, Hello, and How Are You? We'll sing it like this. Hi, hello, and how are you? How are you? How are you? Hi, hello, and how are you? How are you tonight? Shall we try that again? Let's do it. Hi, hello, and how are you? How are you? How are you? Hi, hello, and how are you? How are you tonight? I'm great, and I'm not quite ready for bed because I have a special story time and craft for you today. Isn't that right, Mr. Bear? Yes, that's right. Okay, Mr. Bear, sit over here while I tell everybody about what we're doing tonight. So this is a special month. Does anybody know about that? It's Black History Month, when we honor and celebrate Black history. Okay? Now, how about we start off with a song? Actually, I'm going to tell you about our craft first. Hang on for the end of the story time because we're actually going to craft along. We're going to make a craft together in the style of renowned artist Jean-Michel Basquiat. And it might look something like this, but you're going to make your own and it's going to be unique and beautiful, just like you. But for now, let's sing our song. If you want to read a book, you know what to do. Clap your hands. That's right. If you want to read a book, clap your hands. If you want to read a book, clap your hands. If you want to read a book, have a listen and take a look. If you want to read a book, clap your hands. Our first book today is by our new Vice President of the United States of America. It's by Kamala Harris. Now, she just made history when she became the first Black, Indian, and female vice president we've ever had in the United States. Isn't that amazing? This book is called Superheroes Are Everywhere, and it's written by Kamala Harris, and it's illustrated by McCall Renee Rowe. Shall we find out what's inside? These end papers are beautiful. They're all pictures of Kamala's family. It's her and her family. And close friends. Heroes in her life. Let's find out about this American hero and who has been heroes to her. It's called Superheroes Are Everywhere. I'll read you this first page. There she is, little Kamala. Faster than a rocket ship, stronger than a tidal wave, braver than a lion. Superheroes always make the world better, no matter what goes wrong. Whenever there's trouble, superheroes show up just in time. And when I was a kid, I was sure that superheroes were everywhere, blending in with regular people, ready to do good at a moment's notice. I was determined to find them, so I started my superhero search right at home. Let's find out more. Now, I'm not going to read all the words. I'm going to read some of them. You can check this book out from the library and read more yourself. All right, and with your family or caregiver. Heroes make you feel special. My mom was a superhero because she made me feel special. She believed in me, and that helped me believe I could do anything. Where's her mom? There's her mom, and there's little Kamala. And who makes you feel special? Can you think of somebody who makes you feel special? Are they with you tonight? Heroes are people you can count on. My sister was a superhero because she was someone I could count on. Who can you count on? Who can you count on? Maybe you have a brother or a sister. Maybe you have a pet. Maybe you have a cousin or somebody who is a friend that you can count on. Heroes make you feel brave. My dad wanted me to be fearless. Whenever we were at the park, he'd let go of my hand and call out, "Run, Kamala, run!" And I'd run as far as I could for as long as I could. My dad was a superhero because he made me feel brave. Who makes you feel brave? Think about that. Heroes stand up for what's right. My grandmother was one of the smartest people I've ever met, and she used her smarts and her voice to speak out for women who were being hurt and to teach them how to stay healthy. My grandfather used his voice to make India a free country. All of my grandparents in India and in Jamaica were superheroes for standing up for what's right. Who stands up for what's right in your life? Do you see her grandparents? And I see pictures over here too. Heroes are best friends. My best friends were superheroes because they made one another feel safe. Who are your best friends? Heroes are teachers. Teachers like Mrs. Wilson are superheroes because they show us the whole wide world and help us chase our dreams. Who are your favorite teachers? Maybe they're your parents. Heroes are kind. Mrs. Shelton, who is a neighbor, treated everyone with love and respect. Her kindness made her a superhero to me. Who is kind to you? Heroes explore with you. Look at that, the stars up above in the night sky. They're probably out tonight. My aunts and uncles, my mom's friends, who are part of our family, helped me explore my world, and that made them superheroes. Who helps you explore? Okay. So these are some family members, and they are superheroes because they showed me that by working hard, I could be whatever I wanted to be when I grew up. That's Howard University. That's where she went to school. How do you know who works hard? Heroes work hard. Do you work hard? And heroes protect people. So these are people she looked up to: Thurgood Marshall, Constance Baker Motley, and Charles Hamilton Houston. The lawyers, who we just talked about, were superheroes because they protected people by using the power of words and ideas. Who protects you? And Kamala went to law school. Heroes make a difference together. Once I became a lawyer and then a senator, I worked with all sorts of people to help kids. Even better, I got to know amazing kids who want to make the world a better place. And do you know what I learned? What did you learn? Let's turn the page and find out. Heroes are you. Oh, I can see myself. And so should you. All right, wonderful. Good job reading with me. Thank you very much. Now, I want to talk to you about somebody else who was important in Black history, and that is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a civil rights leader and activist. He fought for all people to be treated equally, which means the same, in a time when people were treated differently just because of the color of their skin. He had a dream that all people would love and respect each other. Now, I have a song about Martin Luther King Jr. Can you sing a song about Dr. King with me? It's called Freedom, Freedom, Let It Ring. It goes, freedom, freedom, let it ring. Let it ring, said Dr. King. Let it ring from north to south. Let it ring from house to house. Freedom, freedom, let it ring. Let it ring, said Dr. King. Let it ring for everyone. Let it ring for moon and sun. Freedom, freedom, let it ring. Let it ring, said Dr. King. Good job, everybody. Good singing. Now, we are going to, read another book. If you want to read a book, clap your hands. Are you ready? If you want to read a book, clap your hands. If you want to read a book, clap your hands. If you want to read a book, have a listen and take a look. If you want to read a book, clap your hands. Okay, our second book today is called Radiant Child, the story of young artist Jean-Michel Basquiat. And it has a Caldecott medal. The cover is very shiny. I hope you can see. And it's won a couple of awards. All right. Let's look inside. So even the end papers show art just like his. Let's find out about his life. Radiant Child, the story of young artist Jean-Michel Basquiat. And that is by Chabaka Steptoe. Oh, and do you see that shape in the middle? What is that? That's right, it's a crown, like the type royalty wear on their heads. Somewhere in Brooklyn, between Hearts That Thump, Double Dutch, and Hopscotch, and salty mouths that slurp sweet ice, a little boy dreams of being a famous artist. You see? In his house, you can tell a serious artist dwells. As he sits at a table with pencils scattered everywhere, Jean-Michel draws from morning until night with a serious face amid a storm of papers. He refuses to sleep until he has created a masterpiece. Do you like to draw? I do too. At night, images enchant Jean-Michel's mind, and he wakes up from his dreams to add one more line. His drawings are not neat or clean, nor does he color inside the lines. They are sloppy, ugly, and sometimes weird, but somehow still beautiful. His art comes from his mother, Mathilde, a Puerto Rican woman who designs and sews, cooks and cleans, and makes the house look like a stylish magazine. There's his mother, right there. And there's Jean-Michel. You see it? But most important, she lies on the floor and draws with Jean-Michel on his father's old work papers. Does your parent or caregiver sit on the floor and draw with you sometimes? Maybe? Maybe at a table. From her, he learns that art is not only in the poetry books she reads to him, or in the theaters and museums they visit. Art is the street games of little children, in our style and the words that we speak. It is how the messy patchwork of the city creates new meaning for ordinary things. What do we see here? I see a street with cars, and I see little boxes. I think they're buildings. It's a city, and it's colorful and vibrant. That's how young Jean-Michel saw it. While visiting the museum, they look at his favorite works of art. Oh, they're looking at Picasso. Have you ever heard of Pablo Picasso? Reading the story behind each artist, reading the story behind each work. This is how Jean-Michel learns what it means to be a famous artist. Back at home, he creates art on the floor as his father, Gerard, plays jazz records. Mama Mathilde cooks arroz con pollo. That's rice with chicken. And calls Jean-Michel mi amor, my love. The energy and life of the city can be felt in each line of his drawings. As time goes by, Jean-Michel learns that art has a healing power. After a car accident, he is scared and confused. Mathilde gives him a book to calm his fears. It is filled with pictures of bones, skulls, and other body parts. Jean-Michel draws from it until he knows it all by heart, and he is no longer afraid. What book is that? That's a book that you can find in the library, Gray's Anatomy. Oh, let's look at these. What do we see here? That is a heart. Not like the shape heart, but that's the heart that beats thump, 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 thump inside everybody's chest. And there's a bone. Looks like a femur bone. That's a leg bone. And a skull. That's what's inside of our heads, protects our brain where we think. Back at home, Jean-Michel's body heals, but his heart breaks. His mother's mind is not well, and the family breaks. She no longer lies on the floor and draws with Jean-Michel, but sits by the window singing only to birds. Jean-Michel is confused and filled with a terrible blues when Mathilde can no longer live at home. She has to go away and get well. You can see here, what's that on his sleeve? A heart. And it's breaking. He wears his heart on his sleeve. That means his emotions are right here. Right up front. And he's sad, and I see the blue. The color, what is that? Blue, all around, surrounding him. He tries drawing the terribles out of his blues, but things are not the same. As Jean-Michel grows older, he visits his mother when he can, always bringing his artwork to show telling her that one day it will be in a museum when I am a famous artist. A teenager now, Jean-Michel decides, Papa, I will be very, very famous one day, with a sly look and a twinkle in his eye. Jean-Michel leaves Brooklyn for New York City, the Lower East Side, a concrete jungle where only the tough survive. There he is. He's a teenager there. I see cars, I see crosswalks. It's a busy city. And does he look happy? He looks excited to be there. Probably an adventure. During the day, dressed in a green jumpsuit splattered with paint, Jean-Michel stays with friends, sleeping on couches and floors, leaving a barrage of collages and poem-filled papers everywhere he goes. Look at all that art. At night, Jean-Michel spray paints the walls downtown with poems and drawings that catch the eye of artists, gallery goers, and passerby. Under his art, he signs the name Samu instead of Jean-Michel. Everybody wants to know, who is Samu? Who could it be? Samu moves from street corners to art gallery walls with powerful color composition and line, collaging and painting on anything he can find. His art is still not neat or clean, and definitely not inside the lines, but somehow still beautiful. People are starting to notice. Do you think he's going to become famous, like he said? Let's find out. With his magical charm, Jean-Michel draws a crowd, but when it's time to work, he prefers to be alone with the radio and TV on full blast. What do you like to do when you're drawing? Do you like to listen to music? Do you like to sing? Or do you like it to be quiet? Now, in expensive suits splattered with paint, he flips through stacks of magazines and opens books and paints into the night, and sometimes for days at a time, while sounds and images jump into his head. He's so creative. Jean-Michel, an artist among artists, never doubts one line, creating from a soundtrack that is all his own. Do you see the crown? I see a crown here, and I see a crown there. People describe him as radiant, wild, a genius child. But in his heart, he is king. So he draws crowns for himself and others he admires. A grown man now, with the art world in his hands, Jean-Michel still visits his mother when he can. Look at all those famous people. And his most important shows above all the critics. And at his most important shows, above all the critics, fans, and artists he admires, the place of honor is his mother's, a queen, on a throne. There she is. He is now a famous artist, just like he said he was going to be. And there he is visiting his mom. You see? And this book has a lot more information about Basquiat and his history and art and the artists he admired and influenced him. I won't read all of it right now, but you can check it out from the library and read it yourselves and have somebody read it to you. I'll tell you this right now. For Basquiat, the crown represents many things such as power or strength, and he often gave crowns to others in his artwork as a sign of respect. Like, I respect you, I like you, I'm going to paint you or collage you with a crown because you are king or queen in his world. Eyes often represented remembering, seeing, or understanding the past or the present. Cars, trucks, and airplanes often symbolize Basquiat's childhood and the car accident that badly injured him. You can read much more in the back of this book, Radiant Child. You can check it out from the library. Thank you for reading with me and learning a lot about Black history today. There were so many wonderful books and so many people in history to talk about, but it's hard to fit it all into a story time, so come to the library and find out more. We also have book lists for Black History Month available on our website, and that is www.santacruzpl.org. We also have a book list for Black Lives Matter, too. Please check it out. All right, now, like I said, Basquiat used the crown as a multifaceted symbol throughout his work, and it represented Black people's struggle throughout history and his own personal power. So we're going to do a craft together, and you can figure out what the crown means to you. Shall we? All right, go grab an adult, a parent or caretaker, or caregiver, and you may need some help from them while doing this craft. And plus, it's more fun to do this together. Let's have fun. I can wait. Go grab your adult or caregiver. All right, and I'll see you in a moment. We are going to make, where's my sample? We are going to make this crown. So if you got your grab and go kit from the library during grab and go hours, you can bring that out right now. If you don't have that, grab a piece of paper and you can draw a crown, and I'll tell you how to do the rest in just a moment. All right, see you in a second. Get your adult and gather some materials. All right, are we ready to craft along? Okay, bring over your caregiver or adult. And adults, did you get a glue stick? You can pause this video and find a glue stick. All right, you probably need a glue stick to do this. And optional, you need some scissors. You don't have to use scissors though. We can tear with our hands and that will look beautiful too. So, in your craft kit from Grab and Go, you have a bag, and inside that bag is a paper with a crown in the style of Basquiat. Now, it's pretty blank. We're going to fill it in, and it's okay if you go outside of the lines, because that's creative too. And if you have crayons, you can use that as well. If you didn't get a Grab and Go kit, you can get a piece of paper and draw your own crayon. Adults, you can help out. That's wonderful. And also inside that kit are some wonderful magazine pages. And if you didn't get a craft kit, again, you can use magazine pages and newspaper pages, but make sure it's okay with the adults that you have that, okay? And if you don't have that, you can draw and use your imagination, which is sometimes better than the materials we have here, right? Yes. Okay, but let's try out collage. We're going to take pieces of the magazine that we find interesting or beautiful or that say something or mean something to us, and we're going to glue them onto our crown. Are you ready to craft along? I'm ready. Let's make something beautiful together. Okay, I'm going to put my crown right here where you can see it. Got my glue stick, and I'm going to search for, let's see. Ooh, I really like this image. It's too big to just paste on top, though. I'm going to have to cut it up and make it something new and beautiful. So, I'm going to try to cut maybe roughly, you don't have to do this, but I'm going to try to cut a triangle. I see a shape here, and it's almost like a triangle. There's a little bit missing here, but I can imagine there'd be a triangle there. So I'm going to try to cut out a triangle in roughly the same shape and size. And it's okay if it isn't. I'm going to use my scissors to cut, but again, you can tear with your hands, and that is just fine too. I'll do some tearing later to show you what I mean. Okay, and now I have what shape? A triangle, that's right. Will that fit there? Oh my goodness. Look at this. I think it's going to fit perfectly. Okay. Now I'm going to take my glue stick and I'm going to twist the bottom so I get a little bit of glue stick popping up there. And I'm going to draw directly on my crown where I want that piece of paper to go. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect, and it doesn't even have to be in the lines. You can also use crayons to color too. But there we go, I stuck it down. What am I going to do next? Let's see, I want to find something else that I find beautiful. Let's see. Look in here. Ooh, this is a beautiful image. I really love her hair. I have blue hair. She has green hair. I want to put her into my image, or into my art. And I hate to cut it up because it's so pretty, but I'm going to make something wonderful and new. So I'm going to cut another triangle. You don't have to cut a triangle. You can cut all sorts of shapes. Well, I didn't get very much of her hair. I got her beautiful face. And then I have a triangle. That's right. Maybe it will, mine's not perfect. It's not going to fit exactly in here, and that's okay. This is going to be my own crayon, and it's going to be beautiful, just like yours, and just like all of you. So I'm going to take my glue stick, take the cap off, very important, and I'm going to, I don't know if you can see, but I'm going to draw right on the piece where I want my triangle to be. I'm going to put that right there. Oh, I think I want to trim it just a little bit. I'm going to show you how I tear. I'm going to tear. And there's nothing wrong with tearing. It makes this beautiful rough edge. Now I feel like an artist. I am an artist. And you know what? So are you today too. Maybe you will be the next Basquiat. And it's okay, like I said, to use crayons. You could even paint if you have paints. You can do whatever you want. And I see these pictures of children marching. I think I want to include that in my centerpiece, right in the middle. I've got one side, I've got the other side, and I've got the space in here that needs to be filled. Let's see. Let's see, I'm going to cut and cut, and I'm going to actually tear the bottom. And what do I have? It's not exactly a triangle shape, and that's okay. It's going to fit and it's going to look beautiful. Now, if I glue this down, there's going to be some spaces in here, and that's okay. But you know what? I think before I glue this down, I'm going to make a background for that to sit on. And one of my favorite colors is blue, and it's a very beautiful color to me. It's the color of the sky. I am going to put a blue piece in there because that's my favorite color. It's the color of my hair. I don't know if you can see. Okay. I'm going to actually tear a bit off here. And you can tear or you can cut. Either way is fine. You don't have to do one or the other. You can do both. And now I'm going to put some glue all over that white space in the crown. Can you see? I'm going to put glue all over there. And don't forget the cap. Put it back on so I don't lose it. And now I'm going to take my blue piece and put it down here. Okay, and where's my young protester? There he is. And I'm going to put him in the middle. That means I'm going to put, I know, I just put this blue piece down. Oops, I need to take my cap off. And put a little bit more glue on. You might find that some pieces stick up. You can just peel it up a little bit and put some glue underneath, or have an adult or your caregiver help you. And I know I just put this down here, but I'm actually going to put glue over that. Don't worry, I'm not going to ruin it. I'm going to make it even better. I'm going to put this here, and it's going to be a layer. That means a piece on top of a piece. I'm going to put glue over the top there, kind of in the shape that I have here. It's okay if it's not perfect. It's not meant to be. It's meant to be unique, just like I am and just like you are. A little bit more glue. Uh-oh. I've got to crank up the glue again. I used a lot. There we are. If you're picking up the grab-and-go kit, we don't give out glue sticks with it, but if you happen to not have it at home, just ask and we'll find one for you while we have supplies. All right. Look at this. Do you like my art? I do. Now, I like words. You probably know that, huh, since I read you so many stories. I am going to hunt through here, and I am going to find, oh, I see a word, and I'm going to rip this word out. I don't need those scissors. I have my hands. And you have helpers, or a helper to help you. I have this word, awaken. That means to wake up. Okay. And let's see. Ooh, I like this, but not all of it. So I'm going to tear this piece up. And yours doesn't have to have words. You can have words, you can have pictures, it can be anything you want. It can be a combination of pieces from magazines or newspapers and crayons. It can be anything you want it to be. And look at that. Look at this beautiful rough edge. Doesn't it look interesting? It's probably more interesting than if I cut it, huh? Okay, now I think I'm making something. Let's see, I've got a piece here I like. I'll reveal to you in a second. Keep working on yours. We'll work together. Oh, yes, that's a good word. Ooh, yes, I found some more words that I love. I love words. I love collecting them. I love using them. I love speaking them. And I love sharing them with all of you. Okay. Okay, I know what I'm doing now. I'm going to glue this down. I have a plan Do you know what you want to put on there next? All right, keep going. Now, with these little bits, sometimes it's easier to draw where you want it to be, and sometimes it's easier to draw on the back side of what you want to get stuck down. I would say, maybe I'm going to draw directly on here, because it's kind of hard to do this. You can. Either way, it's up to you. I'm going to get the back of, You can also flip it over on the side that you want stuck, not the side you want to look at. And then do that. Oh, it's stuck to me. That's okay. And I have, this is part of it. Do you know that word? G-R-O-W. That spells grow. Love that word. So we're growing all the time, every day. I'm sure you guys are growing tall, and we're growing with all the knowledge that we learn every day. I'm still growing in knowledge. How about you? Yes, you are. Stick that down. I have this little piece. I'm just going to rub the side that I want stuck down on my glue stick and stick it where I want to stick it. Got one more piece. I think I'm going to go directly on the paper, right across here. Okay, everyone, I'm really happy with this. Can I show you? If you're done, you can hold yours up. If not, you can always pause this video and work on it a while and then continue when you're ready. I'm going to hold mine up to share. You see? I'll read it to you. It says, awaken, it's time to grow. And that's the and sign, ampersand, means and, boldly go. Awaken, it's time to grow, and boldly go. And thanks for going along with me during this craft. Okay, work on your craft. If you need to pause this video and keep working. If you're done, hold it up. Let's see. Beautiful. And I see some of you are still working. You're doing a great job. Fantastic. I love what you're doing. You're so creative. You're all artists, and you're all wonderful and special. Okay, you can pause this and finish up. I'll wait. All right, are you ready? Let's go back to my story time area, and we will do our goodbye song. We can hold up our art too. Okay, meet you there. Okay, everybody. Are we done with our craft? If you're not, you can pause right here and finish up before we do our goodbye song. Okay, those of you who are finished, if you're ready, hold up your artwork. Good job! Beautiful! They're unique and beautiful, just like you. And I feel like we learned a lot tonight. Thank you for doing this craft with me and for reading with me. Now, we're going to say our goodbye song, and that's Now We Rise Up. So I want you to stand up and put your hands on your knees, okay? Put your hands on your knees, and then we'll rise up. Okay. Now we rise up, up, up. Now we go down, down, down. Can you go all the way down? Touch the floor. Touch your toes. Touch the floor. Try it. Did you make it? Good. Now we rise up, up, up. And now we turn round and around. Now we all clap, clap, clap. And now I want you to get down as low as you can. And we're going to jump. Get ready to jump. Get down as low as you can. And now we all touch the sky. Now we all take a bow because you did such a great job today. And now we all wave goodbye. Bye, everybody. Thank you for celebrating Black History Month, and learn more at the library, www.santacruzpa.org. See you next time.